The far left has taken over France in a shocking election. What does this mean for the future of Europe and the Olympic Games? We have so much to unpack here on Beyond the Headlines, only on Vigilant News. My name is Elijah Schaefer, and this segment is sponsored by Done With Debt, providing debt relief solutions to American patriots. Go to donewithdebt.com. Let's start the show. Well, Politico reports that in a shocking election that some are calling rigged, France's far-right party, or just its right party, lost in a huge way against the far left. Now, this comes at a huge upset as the Centrist party under President Macron saw during last month's exit polls on the original election that the far right was slated to win the majority in parliament. However, in a bid to keep right-wing politics and nationalism out of the forefront of France's politics and to ensure that there's a flood of Muslim immigrants heading into the nation's capital there in Paris, France has decided that they want communists ruling their country. Politico reports that Macron's snap election saddles France with a messy hung parliament as the price for stopping the far right. Let's talk about this. The left-wing alliance in France won the most seats in parliament in a dramatic election, dealing a surprise blow to the far-right party of Marine Le Pen. In the first round of voting a week ago, Le Pen's national rally came top and was aiming to secure the most seats in France's legislature for the first time in the party's history on Sunday. But tactical voting and collaboration between Le Pen's opponents to keep her party out of power paid off. Final results showed. The election, however, looks set to throw the country into a period of political turmoil, with no single group coming close to winning enough seats for a majority in parliament. President Emmanuel Macron gambled on a snap election after a stunning defeat in last month's European Parliament election, promising a clarification he hoped would put the far right back in the box. Instead, he lost seats and landed France in a great uncertainty. Even so, the mood inside the president's camp was upbeat on Sunday night, with Macron himself striking a defiant tone, and a gathering of his political allies, the French president galvanized his troops. Our ideas are still alive, and we haven't lost voters, he claimed, according to one participant who spoke to Paris Playbook. Macron's own position as president was not at stake. He's due to remain in office until 2027. And you can see the party here, that the new Popular Front, the left, has 188 seats, while the National Rally Alliance, I believe that's correct, has 142, which is the right-wing party, and the Ensemble, which I believe is Macron, is 161. Now, to put this into play, I'm not saying there was cheating that happened, okay? I understand multiple party systems across Europe, Canada. I mean, I just moved out of Australia, so I get the political system. But what we can say here is essentially the far right was going to take over. And by far right, I just mean right-wing nationalists who want to stop Muslim invasion of Europe. And the centrists didn't want that, because you have to remember there's a uniparty and they're trying to unite the world together under a massive immigration platform. That's the only issue that actually matters to them. They want to flood our countries with non-Western people, create a multicultural society that's more manipulated, easier to control, destroy Christianity, uproot our values, and create mayhem. That's the goal for the one world order. It's so bad that even Macron is asking the prime minister to stay in place to control the government. If you don't really understand, it's slightly more complicated in these countries in the U.S., but the prime minister is usually chosen that represents and manages the government, sort of, I would say, like the Speaker of the House in the United States to some extent, maybe even compare it to the vice president. But this is sort of the controller of the government that represents the majority party inside of parliament. Now, he's asked, the prime minister that's currently in place has already volunteered to resign, but Macron's saying we need an emergency government because there was rioting overnight. Even though the left won, they continue to riot. That's what's so bizarre. Now, what's crazy is I saw this video of the left and the right. Check this out. The top is the right-wing party, Le Pen, and you have the left-wing party at the bottom. Notice a few things. Watch. What you can see here directly is a couple things, right? You have the fact that they have this far-right left-wing party, this absolute maniac of a vote. And right here, these are normal-looking people. They have normal haircuts. There's no issues. Everybody here is just a normal person. However, on the bottom, you have Muslims, you have crazy screaming leftists, and of course, radical, nose-piercing, fake dyed hair, left-wingers. And here you have, this is the most French-looking guy I've ever seen in my entire life. So you have normalcy. Look at all the French flags. Do you see French flags on the bottom? No, you do not. You see Palestinian flags. This guy's like, oh shit. And mind my language, but I am with you on that, brother. Why do people want to destroy our countries? I do not understand, and I never will. It was just a little while ago that the UK elected a Labour government, far left government, and already here you see
border false boats
what is that?
bringing in a number of migrants who were picked up from a small boat in the channel today.
Wow, they're already bringing in more migrants, aka invaders. Now, you have to understand that our economies are in free fall because of these powerful people who continue to print money. And that's why it's easy to get into debt. I understand. I've been in debt myself before, and it's dilapidating. I mean, it really does debilitate you, and take away all of your energy completely. But it's also absolutely disgusting when you don't take care of it. So if you want a solution to actually get rid of your debt, I have some good news for you. You can go to donewithdebt.com right now. Go to donewithdebt.com. Click Vigilant News at checkout, and my friends there are going to help you get rid of your debt today without having to take out a personal loan and without having to file for bankruptcy. I know it sounds too good to be true, but it's not. They've helped so many Americans, and they can help you get rid of your debt today. Go to donewithdebt.com and click Vigilant News at checkout. Now, as I concluded here, it was just a matter of time as the Labor came into power that they began to push immigration. And this is the future of all of our countries. Say goodbye to white nations. Say goodbye to Christian values. This new universal Marxist, leftist, Bolshevik, Zionist movement of the world is going to continue to be and remain what we're all pushing for. Forever wars and nationalism for thee, right? Ukraine can defend its borders and have a people. Israel can defend its borders and have a people. But God forbid Western Europe and the United States or Canada or New Zealand or Australia have the same dignity and honor. I'm Elijah Schaefer. Thank you so much again for watching Beyond the Headlines, only on Vigilant News. Have a great rest of the week, as always, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.